So, you quit semen retention, right? Perhaps you were dissuaded by some sort of rhetoric online validating why you should relapse, and perhaps it's good for staving off prostate cancer. Perhaps you just couldn't handle the pressure of being on the practice, perhaps saving all that refined energy as it's continuously compressing and compressing and compressing, creating new experiences, much more valid experiences, much more powerful streams of light. But you just gave up, right? And you decided to go out into the world of women and relationships. You were just thinking, you know what? I'm gonna give it a shot. At the end of the day, I'll relapse, and then I could just go back on semen retention whenever I want. The Garden of Paradise, that is the height of the semen retention practice, the angels thereof, the angel guard, right, the one with the flaming sword, permits you exit from paradise to go out into the world to try to find the land of milk and honey eventually. As you escape, right, as you leave paradise, right, paradise, it is paradise, you trip upon Abel's rotting corpse. You continue your path. As you continue walking and walking, you then now enter a city of just lies. People doing their thing, dating, having sex, drinking, everything that people do for fun, right, these days. You are now in the midst of it. You are now thinking of dating. As a man, these are the types of women that you will be confronted with when you now have re-entered the world after giving up semen retention. It's something that I've noticed a lot, especially here. A lot of my experiences, back when I was dating as well, you know, when I was, this is like 2 years ago, I went to go visit my mom in Portugal. I went to go visit my dad in London and my friends. I went to go to Colombia for the first time and, you know, mejorar mi español. When I did that, I was dating. I was going out with women. I was having sex, all that fun stuff that all these people do, right? Let me tell you about the experiences sort of translated, well, converted through the women, right, that I have, that you will meet, but, you know, through my experiences. If you are thinking about leaving the paradise that is semen retention and going out to go date, just understand that if you're in one of the Western countries, London, France especially, I always say France especially because France is so bad, I'm telling you, France is so bad. Germany, the United States, these women are they have the economic might like never before, meaning that they have a supremacy of choice, right? And as women are, you know, what they are coded with, what they're programmed with, they will always try to go for the better man, the better option, the better choice. Even men that have, like a man that will have his stuff together, you know, say, maybe he makes, you know, let's have an arbitrary number here, $75,000 a year, which is not much to live on. Of course, not counting taxes and whatnot. Here in New York, you have your own apartment by yourself, right? You are living your life and you are healthy for the most part, right? Let's assume that he's like one of those special modern men, right? They don't drink alcohol, they don't smoke, they don't do drugs. Special individual, right? No pasa nada. Ciao. Con cuidado. This is what you'll meet in this world. Even though that profile of the individual seemed very, very promising, right? It is. The woman will go for, even if she was in a relationship, a very calm, drama-free relationship with that hypothetical $75,000 a year man, she will consider other prospects because that's what they need. They need chaos, right? They need drama-filled relationships. This is just the reality, the long, tall, and short. This guy, thinking that he's finally completed the final piece of the puzzle of his life that he was missing. I got everything in check, my finances, my mental health, even my sexual health. I just need that woman and I got it. Oh, what? Well, this piece is so elusive. Why is this piece just slipping out of my hands? I can't finish the puzzle. That withstanding, we now spoke about the general nature of most women. Now, let's just talk about that, like their personalities, in a little bit of a microeconomic way. I've noticed on my Instagram that, you know, obviously, Sombra del Piso, me, you guys know, I'm always posting content, posting trailers to my content, posting things that are creative. You know, my gym videos, I add like a little bit of a creative twist to them, and just trying to be creative, just all around creative. The majority of the women that I have on my Instagram, these are the stories that I see from them. They have alcohol and doing the lame, corny boomerang cheers. Like, Oh, drinks going in, and then they're coming back out, and then they're going back in, and then they're coming back out again. And it's like, do you even care about trying to be a unique unit? I think that they understand their supremacy in this current dating market and realize that they don't have to actually have like a modicum of creative expertise, right? All they have to do is just show themselves online. It's either they're doing the lame boomerang drink cheers, right? Or they're half naked in some place that everyone has gone to. Or a lot of them like to go to Mexico, right? And when I say Mexico, I'm talking about Cabo, I'm talking about Tijuana, Cancun, fake Mexico, where of course there are Mexicans that work there, but it is not even nearly indicative of the actual Mexican culture as you would think. They show the same poses of pictures, and then also they're perpetually healing. What has happened? Has your ex-boyfriends or ex-husbands have scarred you so badly that you need to be on a perpetual journey of reconciliation with the self? I want to lead a stress-free life. I need to be healing. I have no time for the men that are trying to get my attention, right? I'm just gonna work on me. And then meanwhile, you think that they're working on themselves. They are not being creative. They have no creative works. All they're doing is just clocking into a very simple dead-end job with very, very expensive accoutrements, right? Where the nails, the long lashes, you know, that's the general. And then, by the way, this is not like a specific demographic. This is many races are all doing the same thing, right? The general attention that they do receive is so abundant that they don't feel as if they need to do anything different. They all do the same thing. They're not, this is what they call working on themselves. They go in, they clock in, they have the worst moods, right? They vape, they drink alcohol, they are still promiscuous, of course, with the worst candidates of men, the ones that are not on semen retention, of course, the ones that are still drinking, you know, all that good stuff that people find fun in this reality. They still show a complete resentment and anger towards the majority of men. This is what's in the marketplace right now. You have left the garden, my friend, right? You have left the garden of paradise, which was the heights and the feelings and the ascension of semen retention. You decided to do that because you couldn't handle the pressure, you couldn't handle the emotional backlash that you were receiving from yourself as your body was slowly going through some sort of self-penance. And then you went out into this very, very cold, interesting world thinking that you can get some fleeting experiences when in reality, you're not getting anything at all. You're getting this very, very faint modicum of what's actually real, what's actually genuine. The men that have chosen this path, unfortunately, they decide to stay out there because they believe that they could find a good one amongst them. When in reality, the market is so messed up, gentlemen. The mindsets of women are just completely skewed. There is nothing that you can do except rejoin the garden. The angel is not discriminative, right? The angel is not prejudiced at all. What the angel will do is, assuming you fulfill the conditions, you will be allowed back in. Be on semen retention, ascend, raise your vibration, and the angel will usher. Where have you been? Oh, I went out, I was just deciding to date and everything because I didn't think that I needed to ascend. Oh, silly you. I mean, many men have tried, right? They try to walk both worlds, but I won't judge you. At least you're back in. My prodigal son, come back inside the garden. This is just what we're going to face. It seems like I sort of extolled the negative aspects of the females that I was talking about, right? The reason why they are like that is because most women are coddled in this life. When there is no impetus to change, when there is no impetus to evolve, like most men, right? We've been losing currently. If you look at the empirical data in regards to going to college, staying in college, getting a job, staying in a job, not deleting yourself, having a group of friends. We are losing in all of those categories to women because there is such a painful contrast, right, to the situations that are befalling men now. The impetus is the pain and the sorrow and despair felt from those situations. And of course, that will lead men past the Pop Smoke videos, past the Ice Spice softcore porn video pictures, past the Instagram model Instagrams, and into the garden of semen retention. There's an impetus. When there is no impetus, all things change because there is something that makes them change. Pressure creates diamonds. Heat, intense heat creates the best of weapons. When there is no pressure, there is no gold, there is no treasure. Most women in life do not have any pressure inflicted upon them. Of course, granted, there are a lot of single women, right, single mothers that had no choice but to pick up the slack of the fathers that left voluntarily or aggressively, you know, due to some laws in place or some intimidation by law enforcement. For a lot of women are not feeling that need to evolve, and because they've been given everything to them, male attention, even reward, financial, reward, because their life is just basically a long sequence of receiving gifts. There is no impetus for them to change, and therefore they will not change. Not saying that it is impossible to change without a need for an impetus, because the wise of us, right? The wise, whether it be man or woman, black, Chinese, Nepalese, the wise of us change without the cause, right? Without the cause of the impetus. Those are gifted and they're very, very far and few in between. And of course, within the female sex, that's even more rare. Gentlemen, what I'm saying is this. You have left the garden of semen retention. That's fine. That's cool. We don't judge here in this community. We don't. What will happen, though, is that you will not find what you think you're looking for out there. Out there is the world of sorrow, right? The world leading to the second death. The world leading to the indulgences of the flesh consistently and perpetually. There is no middle path when you indulge in the things of the world. We've been warned about this in the Bible. We've been warned about this in the ways of Buddha, the Tripitaka. And I'm sure even decades, or centuries from now, when there'll be some sort of religion encapsulating the events of today, they will explain the same thing. It is fine though. Explore, live your life. The gates to paradise will perpetually be open, and the people that will be able to enter it will have fulfilled the conditions thereof. Me, on the other hand, how is it that I'm able to speak so much about this? Because I tried, young men, I've tried to do the same things that you did. I thought the same things that you did when I was younger. I wanted to walk the middle path. I loved women. I loved the world. I loved also the things of the beyond. I tried to mix all of them together and it didn't work. Now I'm just walking the solo path to teach. Granted, women are beautiful. They will always be beautiful, and I will, just admire them. But we know where that leads, and I know what I will not obtain by indulging in that. Make your choice, gentlemen. Don't ever let this place get you down. Of course, if you have voluntarily chosen this place over the paradise of semen retention, then hopefully you find what you're looking for, even though you most likely won't. No shaming, no judgment here. The door is always open. And stay radiant. I shall see you guys in the next video.